And welcome back, Air Acolytes, to Breaking Wind, a Last Airbender podcast. I am Jason Roy Gaston, and with me, as always, VHS Jace. And today, we are diving into another new episode. It's not a new episode. This has been out for like 20 years. What am I talking about? This is The Beach, Chapter 5 of Book 3. And my goodness, life is indeed a beach.
Not to be confused with the Leonardo DiCaprio movie from 1998.
Yeah. Titanic?
No, The Beach.
Oh, I've never heard of it. No, I'm just kidding. I've seen it. So this is an interesting episode because this episode is a character building episode. But it's a character building episode centered around the villains with Azula, May, Ty Lee, and Azula. And it's, you know, sometimes the show is like, yeah, we're gonna give our bad guys some character. Wouldn't that be nice? They give these guys some character. We find out what makes them tick, and in some ways we grow closer to them, which is just one of the strengths of this show, is that there are no weak characters.
They humanize them.
They do humanize them, but not to the point where they're like, oh, I hope they beat Aang. It's just basically, I get where they're coming from. Okay.
It really is the Breakfast Club for villains in this episode.
It really is. It really is. So let's get right into it. Our episode begins with this isn't the gang. What would we call these guys? It's the Doom Quartet on their way. They're on their way to a beach house on Fire Ember Island.
Yes.
And of course,
it's Azula. A forced vacation. We should note that
it is a forced vacation. Yes, and they are not thrilled because, I mean, look, okay, first of all, I would kill to have a house like that.
Yeah, like precious.
Yeah, shame on them. I think it's absolutely amazing. The inside must be nice. And oh my God. Oh my God. That is so hot.
I love that character.
These old ladies are the funniest thing ever. And they get lots of miles out of them, such as this.
Yeah. Proving again that gravity is a real thing.
Those things get any lower, they could cover them with socks, is what I'm going to say. How would you like to be a new animator on this show and that's the first scene you're assigned? Like, no, make them saggier. But yeah, the twins, I don't know their name, is like, no, come out and have good fun here on Fire Ember Island. You will have a good time. And of course, the Doom Quartet is like, no. They're determined they're not going to have fun. And the show is also about these guys. We have Aang, and he's swimming, and he's being a big goof and everything, and idiot. He gets spotted, and they're going to send a bird to go tell Ozai.
The highlight of their career, mind you. They get to send a bird.
They're going to go tell Ozai, hey, we found the Avatar, and he's here, and he's gonna. Sorry, my Alexa's telling me about bad weather again. We're having lots of bad weather today. Okay. Long story short. The bird is intercepted by Sparky Sparky Boom Man.
Craven the Hunter.
The picture's not showing up for me for some. There we go. Sparky Sparky Boom Man. Don't insult him by calling him Craven the Hunter. He's cool. Craven the Hunter will never be cool. Sparky Sparky Boom Man is cool. And surely we'll stick with Aang and them for the rest of the episode. Nope. No, we're not. Because we're still on Fire Ember Island. First of all, the red hot romance of the summer. Zuko and May. These two are literally made for each other. And I think that they have like the best chemistry out of the entire group. Just like she hates everything, he hates everything, and together they hate everything.
It's kind of like a spoiler alert, I suppose, but I really thought they had split up. So I went with that's how good they are. I was riding their emotional journey with them throughout this episode.
Yes. They have my favorite line, well, almost my favorite line in the entire series was he says to her, "You hate everything, don't you?" She goes, "I don't hate you. Well, I don't hate you either." It's almost very Wednesday Addams of them. But Ty Lee is attracting men, as somebody like Ty Lee does. Yes. And of course, the Doom Quartet challenges them all to a beach volleyball game, which, first of all, beach volleyball exists in the Avatar universe. And secondly, don't play beach volleyball with Azula because she will burn you. She's what we call incredibly competitive.
Extremely competitive, and certainly not the best sport about things.
Her facial animation in this episode is off the chain. She has these manic comedic bits, and I never would have thought of Azula as a funny character. You know, she's had her moments before, but in this episode, she's hysterical, and she does it without even trying. I adored her in this episode. I think she's a fantastic villain, but this is really the first time where I'm just like, I want to spend the day with her, just to hang out. I think that would be great.
I'd be out of there by nightfall, though.
Yeah. So they are invited to a party. They're invited to a party, and Azula is, of course, "Come with me. You're my date," to this poor guy. All the guys are trying to hit on Ty Lee, who kicks them all in the face.
In a loving, nice way.
Because even in the Avatar universe, consent is key. Then we get this wonderful exchange between Azula and Ty Lee, where Azula admits that she's jealous of her. And of course, Ty Lee is just like, "Oh, but you're the most beautiful, wonderful, most talented woman in the world." True, but...
Well, it comes off the back of a really wonderful moment where Azula is rejected in a way.
Yes, she is. But she gets a lesson in, what do you call it? I guess confidence entirely, which is strange because Azula's already like overly confident. And Azula gets to spend, well, no, you know what? It's not confidence. It is basically how to act like a dumb chick to get boys to like you. Because you laugh at the stupidest things. Like,
yeah.
So Azula tries this, and yeah, it works. The boy really likes her, and she likes him back, and that's why she scares the absolute we out of him by saying, "We will be the most powerful couple in the entire Fire Kingdom." Again, the animation on Azula is just top notch.
Yeah, it's great.
She is so unhinged. I think it's great. And then, of course, we get this.
Yes. Amazing animation. Amazing animation.
Oh, meanwhile, there is trouble in paradise between May and Zuko because May was getting hit on. And Zuko didn't like that. And so he's like, "Hey, stay away from my girl. That's my girl. We don't hate each other."
Yeah.
And May gets mad and is like, I cannot hate other people too, Zuko. I've had it with you. We break up now. And yeah, they break up right there in the middle of the party. I did too. We get a really interesting scene next, which I really liked. Zuko he goes back to his parents' house. Again, beautiful character animation. And we get a series of like still image flashbacks with him. And we get one of his dad holding him up as a baby. But then if you look at the picture, you're like, wait, that's not his dad. That's Iroh. Wow. Iroh is holding him up, and the boy is
Iroh's son.
It's Iroh's son.
Wow.
And I never caught this until this point. I thought I spent this entire time thinking that was Ozai. And I don't know. I guess maybe I thought that the boy was Zuko and the little one was Azula. But no, that's Iroh is holding up Zuko, and Iroh's son is down there playing a sandcastle. And you can tell it's just a much happier time.
Yeah.
And I really like that. I love that this is like my fourth or fifth go through on watching the show, and I'm discovering something new every single time.
The strength of this episode really is about them finding peace within themselves or getting to know themselves better, I suppose.
Yes.
And this is where they pull off each one of these characters having these revelations so well. And organically too. It's not just, and now it's your turn to have a flashback. You know?
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, one just leads into another and leads into another, and they're all built on each other, and they come out not because the story demands it, but because it's just the right time. This episode is incredibly well written, so much so that we kind of forget that they're not the star of the show. It's Aang and the gang. I wonder what they're up to. Well, as Toph is using the force powers, there's somebody's coming, and that can't be good. Oh no, it's Sparky Sparky Boom Man. Incidentally, Appa can apparently sleep through anything. So
Sparky Sparky Boom Man is outmatching these guys as a team.
Yes, and I love his powers. The combustion, they call it combustion bending. I don't know if they gave it a name in this one, but they give it a name in
forehead.
Yeah, they give it a name in The Legend of Korra. If they did not do it in this episode or this series, I honestly don't remember. But he's a combustion bender, and he just like he basically like beams explosions wherever he wants, and it looks so freaking cool. I have a here. I'll just go ahead right here. Just boom! It's like a big unicorn horn coming out of his head. We get a very fun action sequence where Aang is trying to stay one step ahead of Sparky Sparky Boom Man. And is it weird that I was kind of annoyed by this whole sequence? Even though it's good, I was kind of annoyed because I wanted to get back to Ember Island where the Doom Quartet was. I wanted to know what was going on.
C-grade plot line. Get me back to the root.
Come on. Give us more Azula trying to be normal. That's another thing that I really liked about this episode is that Azula was trying to be just a normal person, and sadly she doesn't know how.
No,
you get a lot of feels for Azula that you didn't know you were going to get.
Yeah, I mean, she's, as the show has established from the start, to show around trauma.
Yep,
we really get to see the byproduct of her trauma and what it's done to her, even from a social functioning kind of perspective.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
So here's Azula trying to be a sister, which again, I like. She doesn't know how to do it, but she does bring Zuko some comfort. And she's not trying to like set him up. She's not trying to not bribe him. She's not trying to extort him for anything. She's
Trap
just
him.
She's just there, maybe a little annoyed, which is in character for her, but she's just trying to be a sister by this point, and I really liked that. And May and Zuko sort of kind of make up. She still she still doesn't hate him, but she also doesn't really like him by this point either, and that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, and Aang gets away. In case you cared.
Yeah.
I keep glossing over this. I just want to say again what a cool micro villain Sparky Sparky Boom Man is. That's not my nickname for him, by the way. That's you can guess who gives him that nickname later on.
Sparky Boom Man.
Sparky Sparky. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, we know who does it. Sokka, yeah. We go back on the beach, and Zuko is burning old family pictures.
Yeah, wow. That's very
it's
representative
symbolic
of his mind state. Yeah.
It's very symbolic. And then we get some of the best dialogue of the entire episode. First of all, I swear I think I'm getting her name wrong. Ty Lee. There we go. Ty Lee.
Yeah.
Ty Lee basically like lays out why she joined the circus and why she's sick of Azula looking down on her because of that. And then in the course of this, Zuko loses it on May because he's so tired of her feeling no passion or anything about anything. You're just this thing that exists. You don't have any emotions. You have no passion. And throughout all of this, they're asking, why are you so angry? What's wrong? Who are you angry with? Are you angry with me? Are you angry with Father? And Zuko makes a confession. I'm angry with myself.
Which is a moment. Which is
a
relative
moment.
Yeah, yes, it is a moment.
Yeah. Climax of the episode, whenever he says, I'm angry with myself. Again, a testament to the incredible writing of this show.
And the fact they've set it up all along to come to that point too, where he's having that revelation about himself. Because that's how he's going to evolve. That's now how he's free in a way.
He really kind of is. That's what I was saying. This was so symbolic because he's basically erasing his roots at this point. Because he's a little dandelion seed about to into the wind. So Zuko and May suck face. Apparently they don't hate each other again. And Azula makes a suggestion about how to save the evening. They need to go do something they should have done at the very beginning. So they go and trash the rich guy's house.
Oh, so good. Love that whole scene.
It really is. And of course, we get this amazing picture at the end where
that's a beautiful
was this supposed to be a photograph? Did they have pictures? Did they have photographs? I don't know.
Or
perhaps who painted this though? Did they make the rich kids paint this while they waited?
Don't know, but whoever did it, they get a big thumbs up from me.
Yeah, but I love how they're all happy in this picture. Even Zuko, even May have got these little smiles on their faces.
Yeah.
They have basically been, I don't know, what do you call it, reborn? Or they've had revelations and epiphanies, and they're better because of it. And this episode is really kind of it's really kind of, they have put the car in neutral and they've taken the parking brake off, and we're just waiting for the car to go down the hill.
Which means if any of these characters are to suffer by the end of this series or whatever happens to them, the impact is even greater because, in a way, by the end of this episode, we've got an understanding of who they are and a little bit of sympathy. I can't say I kind of like them a bit more. You know what I mean? So I definitely don't want them to get into conflict now.
I think that is one of the reasons why the finale of Avatar hits so hard is because when a bad person is defeated, you don't feel like it is a victory. You actually feel this great swell of sympathy because, as you said, given another path in life, they could have been something else. They could have been a member of Team Aang. They could have been a member of the Kyoshi Warriors. They could have gone in a multitude of different directions, but the choices that other people made put them where they are. And that's why the finale of the show is so good. I'm not spoiling anything for you, but it's good.
All right. We're a bit away from that yet, though, aren't we? Because the next episode. Yeah, the next episode's an interesting one. I have not read about it, but I see the title and I'm tingling a little bit in excitement at just because of the title. It says The Avatar and the Fire Lord.
Yes. I wonder what that could mean. I will say this. I will say this. The title is a tad misleading. But it's still accurate. It's still accurate, but also misleading.
Okay. Well, it's got my interest up as this whole series. Really, I'm waiting for the really bad episode, but I just don't think I'm going to get it, am I? Because I think that time passed, and that was the days of Upper, and even they weren't terrible. So, good stuff.
I will take Avatar on its worst day over most other series on their best day.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to support our journey through Avatar: The Last Airbender and our upcoming foray into The Legend of Korra, which is coming up after the show because it is the sequel series, please consider becoming a patron on Patreon. You can support us for $5 a month or more. Please do that. We really need the money. I have a gambling addiction, and they're going to break my thumbs. You can
I
also
just
check
like Vegemite a lot.
You can also check our channel main page about how to become a channel member. Of course, you get all kinds of goodies like early access to episodes. And of course, you get to spend a little bit of digital time with me, which is always a treat. Oh my gosh. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, here on the Last Airbender podcast, Breaking Wind. I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. Love you. Bye.
Sick, guys. Do you really love them, though? Do you really love them?
Of course I do. I love them. I'd do anything for them.
You love them like a lady of the night. Once we got
I'd
what we
live
want
for
from
them. I'd die for them. I'd kill for them. Like Brave Star killed that kid.